Hi there everyone, welcome back to Mother Nature's Organics. If you guys watched my video from earlier today, let me tell you I've had a cup of tea and managed to calm my nerves from our epic soap failure earlier today. If you didn't watch my video from earlier today, please do. I think it's very entertaining for the viewer. Wasn't so entertaining for me, but it's okay, we made it through. To kind of give you a recap, we tried to make a rose soap, and something that you should keep in mind is that any rose fragrance, whether it's an essential oil, absolute, or fragrance oil, is bound to accelerate your batter. Except ours didn't accelerate, it just froze on us. It literally stopped moving and completely seized up right in front of my eyes. It was not the most pleasant thing to deal with, but we made it through. It is currently in the mold. I'm looking at it with a stink eye right now. It's in the mold and I keep going back and forth and watching it and seeing all the different horrible phases that it's going through and hoping that it turns into something similar to soap. So we'll see what it does. Alright, so I decided that I didn't want to end my night on a failed soap note. So I set up another batch. I know. So I decided that my not failure soap of the night is going to be a champagne soap. So I have these super cute, adorable little embeds that I made, if you can see them. They're little bubbles. They're like little translucent bubbles, like little pearls, but I'm going to use them as champagne bubbles. So we're gonna have some fun. I need to have some fun after that super stressful, very fast moving soap operation. All right, so we got our oils, we got our lye water, we have our fragrance oil, which is Champagne by Brambleberry. It smells something like Sprite or 7-Up. So it's like a lemon, limey, bubbly kind of smell. It's really good. And we have some kaolin clay that we're gonna use to lighten up our batter, as well as some gold mica and a little bit of white shimmery mica. So we're gonna do a two-tone soap today. So it's gonna be the bottom part of the champagne. Imagine a champagne flute that's just had champagne poured into it, and now the bottom part is a bit yellowish, and then at the top there's that foam, right, which is white and sparkly. So that's the look that we're gonna go for today. Let's see if we can achieve it. My goodness, guys, I was so stressed out from that soap earlier. You have no idea. It's like I was mad at the soap for turning out bad, because I was so looking forward to that one. I wanted it to be pretty. Anyway, moving on. Clean slate, new batch. All right, fingers crossed, nothing's gonna go wrong. Not with this batch. Let's get going, guys. Lye water. Cheers. All right, we got all of our lye water in. Let's mix it up very quickly. Clean off our spatula. Put it to the side, and let's get blended. Just a little bit, just until everything is nice and emulsified. How's it looking on that side, guys? Everything mixed up? Alright, just a little bit more and we should be good. So since we're lightening the entire batch of soap, before we pour it off, I'm gonna go ahead and add the kaolin clay to the whole batch, and then we will further lighten the small amount of soap that we need for the second layer. Alright, I think we're good. So now we're gonna add our fragrance oil. Geez, after last time, I'm terrified of fragrance oils. It was my fault though. I should have done my research as far as the fragrance oil I was using. So afterwards, I went online, of course, looking for answers as to why my soap failed so terribly. And that's where I read that most rose-scented, in fact, most floral-scented fragrance oils as well as essential oils tend to accelerate your batter significantly. In my case, severely. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was so... I was like a deer caught in the headlights. Right in front of my eyes, my batter just became solid. Perfectly liquid batter became solid. All right, so we got this in here. Ooh, you guys, this smells good. All right, yum. So we're gonna pour off a little bit of this batter, which is nice and fluidy. I love it. All right, carefully. So this is going to be pretty straightforward. We're gonna pour this main batter into our molds. I'm gonna have 6 molds. Alright. And then we're gonna let it sit a little bit. And on top of that, because we want a perfectly clean line, again, think back to a champagne flute and how it looks with the champagne and the layer of foam on top. So let's go. See, this is how I like to make soap. All relaxed, not in a hurry. This is luxury in the soap making process, when you don't have to hurry, when things are going your way, your batter's behaving. It's just a beautiful thing, you know. We're going to wait a little bit for this to set, and while we do that, we're going to incorporate this, my God, into our second layer in hopes of whitening it a bit more. Let's blend it up. All right, perfect. So this is pretty much as white as it's going to get, but it will lighten further once we pour it into the mold and it cools a bit. So what we're gonna do is take this spatula. Okay, it's setting a bit. I'm really hoping that it does not fall through. did, I figured out a way to use it still. So, we're fine. There is literally glitter everywhere. I feel like a fairy. Alright, so let's get some of this in here. Let's get our little container and get to work. Yeah, this is working way better. I'm officially entirely covered in glitter. Like, I can see glitter on my eyelashes. I feel like Tinkerbell. Alright. So let's put our, oh my goodness, you guys should see my hands. They're so sparkly. Look at these beautiful things. Okay, so yes, I had a rough day today with my first batch of soap, but this batch completely made up for the first one and then some. It's eye candy. I want to continue staring at it. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy with the way that the top looks. You know, one bad experience will have you appreciating all the good ones that much more. Anyway, so I'm hoping that our first layer held up and we can get a clean line between the champagne and the foam on top. And the top is just, I mean, I have no words. It's absolutely perfect. I can't wait to cut these and see what they're gonna look like. I'm sure they're gonna be absolutely stunning. And I'm very much looking forward to cutting my first batch as well. I'm guessing I will be doing that sooner rather than later. Thanks again for joining me today and sticking by even after that little disastrous situation of ours. And I will see you guys when it's time to cut these guys. Bye. And just like that, it's time to see what's inside the champagne soap. By the way, I've decided to rename it a glass of bubbly. You will see exactly why. It has a bit of a breakfast at Tiffany's vibe to it. All right, enough talking. Let's see what it looks like. We have our cutter. We have our fantastically beautiful loaf of soap. Let's cut it. Slowly and carefully. All right. Careful not to pinch your fingers at the end. I've done it. All right. End piece. Oh, look at that. All right. End pieces aside. Let's take one out and see if we were able to achieve our champagne look. Perfect. Look at that. It's a perfect champagne. So this is the champagne part. This is our white foam. And this is the gorgeously beautiful, sparkly, bubble-covered top. All right, let's take out another piece and see what it looks like. Oh. Looks like we ran into an embed while cutting. Okay, beautiful. I love it. I love the clean line. That's exactly what I was going for. And the smell is just makes me want some bubbly. Nope. Turn that back around. All right, so let's put this one aside. And let's cut another one. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Switch this around. That's our simple, elegant, beautiful champagne soap, which we have renamed to a glass of bubbly. And I love it. I'm very happy with this one. Thank you so much for joining me for the cutting of this beautiful, elegant soap loaf. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.